I think we should mention to people the NPC crafting orders being in, though, because this is big. And the way you just said that, like, WoW these days is way, like, the time to actually go in and play some proper content in the single player context or even small group with delves, it's like radically quicker. Because as you were saying, like, tier 11 delve is going to kill you if you mess up, and you can go into that right away.
Oh, tier 11 delve kill you for breathing, to be honest.
So looking at this with crafting, one of the things you might think, oh man, I just want to go do some crafting. But then you're like, I gotta do the social. And that's like fine at endgame, because those are big chunky items that like matter to people, like gear and stuff. Nobody's doing crafting orders for level up gear or things like that,
or
right?
Or for anything, because they just do personal orders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the idea then that you have, the change is, right, NPCs will list crafting orders for you. It'll happen bi-weekly. And that basically means as you're leveling up, you can do these NPC orders. So this is great because it tutorializes the system for players. And they also get to kind of do some storytelling in it.
A very small amount, but
yeah, some NPCs will give you a really big commission, others won't. And that's not a massive part of a story, but it is a little bit of texture. And I think it's nice in a game like this where there are just little bits of texture everywhere.
Yeah, like you see this Vograd guy. Oh, like, yeah, I've got all the regions for most of this. I'm not giving you the regions for the Everforged Great Axe, asshole. But like all the regions, sweet, fantastic. Look at that. That's a good person. I like them. And then you go and say Aurelia wants a Q4 charge claymore and not give me any regions. Fuck off, Steed Strike.
Yeah.
That's why she's such a good quartermaster, because she's fucking stingy.
So I'm going to blast through some of Blizz's justification here. So I'll go. Right. NPC crafting orders are personal orders that populate on a regular predetermined cadence. You may discover that some customers tend to be more willing to provide reagents to assist in the final craft than others. Certain customers are very picky, may only submit orders for specific items. Although all NPC crafting orders offer a small commission, some customers may offer unique bonus rewards for helping them out. Blizzard go on to say, other than bonus rewards, these are near identical to player ones. The recipes requested and reagents involved are ones you'll already be finding. You'll get skill ups, you'll get first craft rewards, and you can benefit from your profession stats. And they say this is the big bit for most people. NPC crafting orders is the underlined primary method for crafting progression to earn spec knowledge and artisans' acuity?
Acuity, yes.
Acuity. Oh yeah, that's how that's written.
Yes.
Long day. I ate ages ago. Yeah, I'm definitely at 110%. They go on to say, yes, each profession has an allotment of knowledge points they can earn in a week, which varies from profession to profession based on the size of their spec tree. And these are delivered through bi-weekly selections of orders, similarly scheduled to how world quests are. So that's basically the core of this system. Really good for players getting predictable gameplay. And they've also talked about how they can then use this system to give you personalized catch-up orders. One of the big problems of this expansion was just spec knowledge catch-up. You just be behind and you just eat that. So here they have a convenient way to get players up to speed a little bit quicker, but also in a way that is them using a mechanic that already exists rather than very overtly just giving you the big freebie in a new patch. And that does feel better to people. Now, they say there's known issues. People have talked about how the commission sizes are really small, even in cases where the NPC isn't giving you all the reagents, which means you might be casting it or crafting it at a loss.
Yeah, because like you look at some mostly means none from my looking at them. And it was very much, you're what do you mean 50 gold for this Claymore, Aurelia? Come on, sort yourself out, love. Sort yourself out, Jesus Christ. So there's a little bit of that. There's clearly like stuff they're working through. But it is, it is generally just, we're going to fix the fact that, basically crafting broke.
Yeah,
it sort of broke. Yeah. In a big way, it broke.
Lots of design benefits in the new system. And I think that an addition to that system like this will allow the system they designed for Dragonflight to actually shine. Because I think with Dragonflight, they designed an interesting system and they had a hypothesis about players using that system consistently, but players didn't. so it didn't fulfill all of their goals, whereas I think this will help it fulfill their goals.
Yeah. So Frankenberg asks, why would you ever go to a person? These are limited, and they're for you, the crafter, not for you. They're not making you things, you're making things for them. So this is literally like, if you hop on, you're like, okay, I will hop in here, and I need to get this made, or I need to do the weekly quest of doing 2 of them. I will go and, I'll do these for practice. I'll do these because there's no personal orders, no public orders. I'll do that. Are they getting rid of Artisan's Metal? Artisan's Metal is now Artisan's Acuity, which I believe is more or less the same thing.
Yeah.
The other change, which obviously we've talked about before, is concentration, which is now this fixed resource that you build up over time and just spend it on your things with a button.
See, the problem with inspiration was it was realistic. And that's actually not fun. Because sometimes you're like, I actually want to play the game. And it's thrown to RNG. And, you having a really good shower thought, a moment of inspiration, it's a bit of RNG in that. Doesn't really work for a crafting system as well.
I'll especially struggle whenever people needed you to, can I have this in Q5? And they're like, maybe.
Q5?
Can I have this Q5? I will.
Q5?
I can make it at Q4 and I can see if it procs. And you're like, well, that's not helpful. You're like, whoops.
The way my brain went is like,
I know, yeah.
Yeah, like Matt has invented a special 5th quarter of the year, and he's probably done it because that's where you can play all of his Metroidvania games.
No, I've actually just split the year into 5. I've said to hell with seasons. It's now Q1. It's now Quintet. It will be finished by Quintet 5 of this year, sir.
A lot of people swear by the notion of the 12-week year.
Yeah, and those people can shut the fuck up and leave.
I like it.
Leave the planet.
I like it. You.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. Look at that. Nature? Nah, fuck the seasons. Who gives a shit about nature or the sun or the planet? What if we just have time adhered to us alone? The hubris of man will be their downfall.
I'm very sure they're silly sausages if they do that at the expense of everything. I mean, it's not like they're replacing the Julian no, we don't use the Julian calendar. The Gregorian calendar? Yeah, Gregorian calendar, I think.
Yeah.
I've got really good energy level, but I have had a day where like the sheer number of words and concepts that have zoomed through my brain does mean I need to sit down and play some World Quest to calm down.
Yeah.
So that is, I think, really good, and they've increased the usability overall of the system. That should hopefully increase how many people feel like it's interesting to play. And given that this is a super alt-friendly expansion, you could totally see players, because they have a dependable source of these orders, actually just playing loads of crafters, because this is more of a dependable form of gameplay rather than, I've got to go and find someone to do these orders for, or just randomly craft shit. So I think that stuff's positive and pretty good.